Now, once upon a time, kupata Mercedes E-Class ikiwa diesel was quite unheard of. Unless of course ungekuwa umenunua UK, a lot of these cars zilikuwa zinakuja zikiwa petrol. Because majority of Mercedes C-Class units in the Kenyan market are sourced from Japan. Now, hapa tuko na an E220. This is a 2018 model. It's diesel. If you see it with a 220 D Mark, that tells you that it's got a 2000cc engine. That's diesel. Now, why are many manufacturers preferring to offer their vehicles in diesel? Because this is story of Mercedes peke. In fact, if you look at the Kenyan market right now, one of the most popular SUVs is the diesel Mazda CX-5. And a lot of cars, including BMWs, Porsches, name them, are coming with diesel engines. So it mostly boils down to two things. Number one, fuel consumption. Number two, performance. Diesel inakwanga unique in the sense that you can have an engine that burns lesser fuel, number one, while still producing a lot of power. And that explains why lorries, buses, all those sorts of big commercial trucks run on diesel. So one of the biggest drawbacks of diesel for the longest time was the fact that people used to complain about maintenance. But that has been changing with technology. So what's happening is manufacturers are able to build smaller, powerful, and very reliable diesel engines. And based on the numbers, they are clearly a hit. Now, enough about the diesel talk. So the 2018 Mercedes E-Class, the E-Class in itself does not need an introduction in the Kenyan market. It's one of the most popular mid-size German sedans. And the 2018 model, this is specifically the W213 model, does not disappoint. I wouldn't lie and tell you that I'm a big Mercedes fan, but sitting in this cabin, there's no reason not to hate this car. Look at that interior. Feels very sleek, feels very extravagant, and it scores some aura points that cars like Audi, Volkswagen, BMW would definitely never score. First things first, let's start looking at the interior from this perspective. Comes with Burmester speakers, quite rare. In fact, the only other vehicle that I've ever seen with this sort of sound system was a Porsche Panamera, and it comes as a very expensive option. But on the Mercedes C-Class, the Burmester speakers are more or less pretty standard, especially if you're buying one from Japan. Now, on this section over here, you've got heated seats, and a very clever button that I noticed today. If you press the left button, it allows you to control the heating function for this particular seat. And this is very convenient, especially if umebeba kadem akajui kutumia viti, unataka kumuimpress, kuna baridi, finya tu left na unamhitia viti zote. Nashangaa kwa nini bamba imekuwa moto. Anyway, hapa kuna, these are the memory settings, self-explanatory. Depending on who's driving the vehicle, you can have a setting for individual 1, individual 2, individual 3. If you come to this section over here, this one controls the driver assist functions. You have your steering assist, you have your lane assist, and you have your adaptive cruise control. I think, no, this is not the adaptive cruise control. Should be the emergency braking. Higher. You control your cruise settings using these buttons over here. And something that I find to be very weird and unique in a good or bad way, depending on how you look at it, is the fact that on Mercedes, the gear lever shifter is on the right side. So typically on other cars, this is going to be the indicator or the wash, or this one controls the washers. But on the Mercedes, the gear lever is here, which means that the center console is very neat. So it gives it a very minimalistic look. And on these 2018 W213 models, you get these virtual cluster. And they've done a very awesome job in splitting how the information is projected. So if you start the vehicle, for instance, this side is going to give you all information regarding your music, regarding your AC, all the secondary information you need. In terms of the primary information, the important things like how much fuel do we have, which doors are open, all that information is projected on this screen. So there are actually two screens. So pretty clever. Higher. Hapa kuna, you have your cup holders, kuna sockets hapa. And just to give it that touch of class and to make you feel like a very rich person, they put a digital clock over here, which just makes the vehicle feel classy AF. So I'm not going to bore you with more details. This vehicle is currently listed on kaiankaro.com. It's listed by an individual seller. We've switched our model, so we are transitioning more into a marketplace. And if you go to kayankaro.com, search Mercedes C220, you're going to get all the details of this vehicle. And then if you press the link, you can even DM the buyer, organize a meetup, check out the vehicle, and please let me know in the comments what you think about the Mercedes C220.